wonder what happens inside the head of nowadays writers? Well, just like times have changed, also has the way of thinking and writing. Precisely, our project wants to identify all those aspects that characterize these stories and what differentiates modern writers from the ancient ones. And just take a look into the mind of our own young authors with their amazing short stories and interviews.
Young writers are emphasizing the importance of family traditions. In this case, I'm going to present Pilar Cho's family traditions for the theme of her story.
What did it inspire you to write this story?
Well, at the first time, I didn't have any idea for the theme of the story. So I started thinking and asking my dad, and we remembered that when I was little, he would always tell us
other writers describe in the stories social problematics in a satire way, as we can see in this example.
What is the book about?
So the book is about a little dinosaur named COVID, representing the coronavirus as of the pandemic that we're living right now. So it's a little version of, like a little cartoony version
After reading the short story, I noticed how relatable it was. So we can assume that young writers use this as a resource to connect with their readers.
What happened?
Yeah, it's based on real life. I did screw up my computer by writing the thing that was supposed to be the original English homework, and then I made it this story, the English homework, and my mom did get mad at me, and
Continue, please.
Yeah, literally everything that has been told in the story was the actual
making
events.
some diversity in their stories. I mean, being strange, living by yourself, and making change in the settings. For example,
what is this book about? What is the story?
The book is about a strange octopus that lives in his town, and they see that nobody of his friends like to play with him because he's very strange with them. And so he's very sad that no one likes him. So he decides to be outside of his town and live his life alone and to meet new people.
Very deep feelings such as loneliness and discomfort.
What is the conflict of the story?
Well, as I said before, the conflict of the story is what the octopus, no one likes him, and he wants to meet new friends, and he's like alone, so he left the town, no one likes him, so he went and go to see new friends and stuff.
Nobody wants to be alone,
Reading
right?
our interview and reading her story, we see that she deals with the theme of loneliness and love, and that she also points out the importance of making decisions.
Change. How something can make you change and all those things. I mean, rather, the power of change. Although themes such as love and loneliness
One last aspect in our story is that she points out that one topic is that people can improve themselves.
Every day, there are people the same or worse. And with this, I just wanted to say that people can be better and people can improve themselves. You just have to try it and try to be happy every day. But in the story, I wanted to add the fact that Maya's cancer...
we can see that she appreciates mythology and its foundations in literature. For example, Nordic mythology.
All the story seems to be related to the Nordic culture. That makes us wonder which parts of the story are from your creativity and which parts are just legends that already existed and you added to the story.
That is an excellent question. The only parts that already existed were the characters and the setting of the story. Everything else, the plot, everything was written by me. In fact, I think I might be able to rewrite this story and without altering the plot.
Also, Lakeisha looks for explanation of supernatural things. For example,
so much about that ring, but when Odin showed in her castle and gave her back the ring and she realized it was broken, why she didn't show her anger? Why she didn't get mad with Odin at that moment?
She was mad, not with Odin, but with Loki, who was the one who tricked her into loving that ring and not giving it to be used correctly.
Odin had an all-seeing eye that allowed him to find out where the ring was, but he waited until there was no other choice to use it. Why is that?
It had happened before that if Odin uses his all-seeing eye for a long period of time, there are consequences.
So the story can be based in true events, but the writer always gives their twist, like we see in Catherine's video.
For me, the trust is a very important topic because everything is based on trust. Relationships, friendships, even work. If in your work they don't trust you, they can fire you. So when a person gives you their trust, don't betray them because you don't want them to do the same to you.
The next aspect is that they like to transmit and make very clear what they want to express, as we can perceive in the next example.
I don't think so because I think that I represent what I want to transmit, the message I wanted to transmit.
In another short story, we notice the theme of the value of hard work. That gives us the perspective of young writers about the value of work and how effort makes things come true.
Good. It's interesting to see that today there are robots that help in the house for cleaning and serving stuff and things like that. Can you imagine a future where robots take a very important role in the day-to-day for a normal human being?
I think it could happen, but I think it wouldn't be good to people, especially to kids, because if you grow up having everything you need and someone or something that does everything you ask him for it or ask it, you wouldn't have the value of hard work, and that's something you take in that age when you're a kid, and that's something you learn when you're a kid, and that's a very important value in life. And if you don't have that, you won't go very far.
Modern writers nowadays also use love as a central topic. This can be considered as a reflection of a teenage thought, as we can see in Daniela Mala's video.
What emotions did you experience when writing this recent book?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me here. And about your question, yeah, I think one of the main emotions that I felt was passion. Just feeling each word and transferring them into emotions. I actually felt like that was happening to me, like every scenario was actually happening. And I really look forward to my readers to feel the same way. Like the love is...
Another aspect we can take in Daniela Mala's story is that she takes inspiration from movies, books, and series she has previously watched.
Well, since it was a story based on images, it all came down to the illustrations. But referring to the theme of the story, I think it just called me. Like something was telling me to write about love. Perhaps all the love books and series that I've watched during this self-distancing time kind of inspired me to write about love.
After watching Marta Victoria's interview, we can see that she finds inspiration and support from her friends when it comes to producing literature.
We're so pleased to have you in our show. We are very happy to talk about your book. So first of all, tell what inspired you to write?
Well, when I was writing and starting to write it, I was on a call with my best friend, and she was like giving me ideas because I was like out of ideas, and then she told me about the series of Supergirl, and then we combined all the series, a lot of series together, and then I started writing with ideas that came and went, and actually ended up
try to convert real-life experience to how the character may act, so the reader can feel a connection with what they are reading and can feel relatable, as we can see here.
You came up with the name Jade.
The name Jade is actually the name of my dead auntie.
She was a great influence in my life, and I always remember her as my favorite aunt.
That's good.
So basically, I didn't really know about twins rivalry, but I do know about siblings rivalry. So I think that they're very similar, and I do have personal experiences with how siblings fight and how siblings help each other and how sometimes they betray each other. So that's why got me to create the character of Allison, who is the one who helps and betrays her sister, as she says, okay, I'm going to meet you in the forest, and then immediately calls the police because she feels there's an emergency. So that's how I use siblings rivalry, not specifically twins. Now that we have seen how modern writers think and write, we can do a comparison with how past writers wrote and thought. Past writers were very likely to write an adventure story or a story based on how men think. They also used a pretty advanced vocabulary and were very close-minded on how they would write. But in the other case, modern writers see things from different perspectives. They write stories with themes such as love, mythology, and a lot of other creative stuff. Plus, they use a pretty simple vocabulary in most cases, and they are very open-minded on how they express. All is about expressing how they feel and how they think. Thank you for watching our project. Thank you for taking your time to watch our project. We really appreciate it, and we hope you have a really great day. Thank you.